Force federal mandates from the Dementia administration? Yeah, don't think so. Hey, what's up everybody? Jazz Borganza here, another episode of What's Next. Once again, the Dementia administration trying to flex its flabby muscles by using a federal arm to slam private businesses who don't take the poke. Let's take a look. This comes out of Outkick. Osha sets deadline for employers who comply with COVID vaccine mandates. Violators face thousands in fines. Yes, I'm calling bullshit. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration announced employers who have more than 100 workers have 2 months to comply with President Dementia's poke mandate or face thousands in fines for not complying. Companies that wish not to comply will be required by OSHA to require COVID tests on a weekly basis. According to the White House fact sheet, employers will not be required by the federal government to provide or pay for the tests, but the White House notes that employers may be required to provide those tests based on other, quote, law or collective bargaining agreements. As for the federal contractor vaccine mandates, the White House says that the deadline has been moved from December 8th to January 4th, and there you go, clown boy. We have been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost us all, Dementia said in September when announcing the initial federal mandates, which of course, as anybody knows, it is unconstitutional, it is illegal, and I expect massive lawsuits to ensue if Dopey Boy and these ass clowns in Washington force this issue. The administration also announced a new rule for healthcare workers at facilities that receive Medicare or Medicaid patients. Workers at those facilities will be required to be vaccinated by January 4th to cover 76,000 healthcare operations and 17 million healthcare workers. Quote, this rule applies to employees regardless of whether their positions are clinical, non-clinical, including employees, students, trainees, volunteers who work at a covered facility that receive federal funding from Medicaid or Medicare, the White House said in a statement. Quote, it also includes individuals who provide treatment and other services for those facilities under contract or other arrangements. Among the facility types covered by the rules are hospitals, ambulatory surgical centers, dialysis facilities, home health agencies, and long-term care facilities. Employers who willfully ignore the federal vaccine mandate will face a $14,000 fine for a single violation and thousands additional fines afterwards. Now, I'm going to jump from that. All right, we're going to jump to this. I pulled up the definition of OSHA and what they do. What is the definition of OSHA? The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, an agency of the U.S. government under the Department of Labor, with the responsibility of ensuring safety at work and healthful work environment. OSHA's mission is to prevent work-related injuries, illnesses, and deaths. How to comply with OSHA? To comply with OSHA requirements, employers must take a number of specific actions, including those inspecting the workplace for potential hazards, eliminating or minimizing hazards, keeping records of workplace injuries and illness, training employees in recognizing safety and health hazards, and educating employees on precautions to prevent accidents. OSHA also requires employees to follow rules such as complying with all applicable OSHA standards, following OSHA safety regulations, wearing required protective equipment, reporting hazardous conditions, and reporting job-related injuries and illnesses. Now, where does in any of that say force mandate? Where does any of that say you have to take a vaccine to continue working at your job, to continue being employed? It doesn't say there. Now, of course, you're going to have all the lefty douchebags underlining illnesses, and illnesses, because that's what OSHA's job is, to prevent illnesses in the workplace. Because if that were the case, remember something, what they used to call, what is that? The flu. Yeah, remember the flu? Yeah, we have to go way, way, way back to 2019 for that. Millions of Americans who have the flu every single year. Yeah, sorry, folks, but people think that the flu just happened to be magically cured like polio. Guess what? No, it's not. People still have the flu like now in 2021. Everything from a stuffy nose to a cough to slight fever to body ache, your normal symptoms when it comes to the flu. But what I just said, millions of Americans still went to their jobs. Now, last time I heard, the flu can be contagious. It takes up to anywhere from 5-7 days to build up in your body before you're showing any kind of symptoms. Last I read, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn once. Employers would have been fined thousands of dollars across the board. Everybody from AT&T to Sony to McDonald's to your local mom and pops. But guess what? They didn't. They weren't. Why? Because that's not OSHA's job. OSHA had no say. And even with this nonsensical bullshit from the Dementia Administration, they have no say. Let me jump to this because this is a lot more precedent. Ron DeSantis announced Florida lawsuit against Biden vaccine mandate. This comes out of Fox News. Biden vaccine mandate is not consistent with government of limited and enumerated powers, DeSantis says. Sorry about that. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced Thursday that his state will officially file a lawsuit against dementia and the COOF vaccine mandate. During a press conference with State Attorney General Ashley Moody in Tampa, DeSantis said Florida will be joining Georgia, Alabama, and private plaintiffs across the country. I added that because that's what's coming in suing OSHA for its COOF mandate, vaccine mandate for employers. Quote, "This is not consistent with a government of limited and enumerated powers," said the governor. "There is no general police power. There is no power to mandate on the American people from the federal government. Individuals should make informed choices about their own health care. They shouldn't be coerced into getting the jab." OSHA is giving employers more than 100 employees. January 4th deadline, 14,000 violation. Employees with more than 100 employees must ensure that their workers are fully vaccinated or subject to weekly testing. Because it is an OSHA challenge, the lawsuit will go directly to 11th Court of Appeals. He said Florida lawmakers will also return for special legislative session on November 15th to work on a bill to provide protections for Florida employees. Quote, "As far-reaching as this is only the beginning on what they're contemplating doing going forward," he warned. My thoughts. Kind of wanted to blast through this only because I wanted to get all the initial points out. And I laced throughout the video that this is bullshit. OSHA has no authority, zero authority under the Constitution, zero federal authority to force private businesses into doing something that is none of their business. OSHA is used as a hazard issue. That's what it is. Anything going on regarding I don't know, from harmful wastes that could injure employees to workplace environments, that is where OSHA steps in, and that is a federal mandate for all businesses across the country. What they don't have the ability to do is to say, you individual, as a private business, must force your employees to do something they don't want to do, especially putting something in their body that they have questions about, concerns about because of lack of data, or they just don't want to. Wow, what a concept. So when you have these ass clowns in Washington want to push forth this bullshit, I'm glad we have those like Ron DeSantis, and I'm glad we have those like Greg Abbott in Texas and other states, because this is just the beginning, as Governor DeSantis said. More states are going to step up. There are going to be massive lawsuits pending against the federal government. And businesses are basically going to say, fuck you, Biden. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.